Welcome back, everyone. Today, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you my monthly memory keeping journal, and then we're going to do January spread together. So I haven't decorated the cover. This is a Midori cotton notebook, A5. And I have done 2025 in here, but basically it is just one double page per month that just records the highlights, the things I want to remember from the month. And I love putting this together. It's probably one of my favorite memory keeping projects because I think, you can see a whole year in such a short or a small space that it's just really fun to look back on. And I think over the years, to have like 5 years in one book is going to be so cool to see. So this was last year, the January last year. We were in Switzerland, and my husband turned 44. My friend did a Galentine's morning tea, which was really nice. Just some of the things like my son's first baby chino. I always love documenting nature and what's happening in nature, signs of spring, which always cheers you up. Then sometimes you have some of the lowlights as well. My husband fell and injured himself. Some of the cultural events that are happening. I went to my first sound bath. That was in March. April, we went on a holiday. So this is like a bit more photos for this because I had more photos to document. I could have put so many more photos on there, but that's what happens when you're a photographer. We were getting ready to move internationally at this point, so it was like selling clothes and taking a lot of photos in our hometown there for memories, I suppose. May, my daughter lost her front tooth. We were in the city where they hosted Eurovision last year, which was really fun. I really loved that. I also document like some shows and movies that we watched. I think that's actually really nice to look back on too, because so often you watch a show and then it just disappears from your memory, whereas when you look back and you see it, like, oh yeah, it takes you right back to that time when all of these things were happening. June, there was a busy month. There was a lot happening at home, and then I also went on a trip, so I put in this insert with our trip photos. I've also done a totally separate travel journal, so I don't need to write like heaps about this, but I like just putting it in there too, obviously. My daughter's birthday and last day of kindergarten. And then July broke my heart because we moved from our beautiful hometown in Switzerland. I did a day trip to Paris. I had some nice medical news. And then, of course, it was like saying goodbyes and leaving our home of 9 years. So that was a big thing. But then August brought a holiday to Singapore and moving back to Australia. So there's a lot of fun things happening on the other side, I suppose. Settling in Australia, setting up our house. It was a really fun month. It felt like we were on holiday here. Exploring Perth, where we've moved. Meeting my new niece. And and getting my children's citizenship sorted and starting school. Sometimes I put some quotes in here when something's like really cute or funny. I think that's really nice to put in a quote. When I have one, I do put it in. I think it's fun to look back on. October, all the little bits and pieces that we did. We went and saw the Beauty and the Beast at the theatre. We bought a new car. We went to events here. Got new security screens. Looking at nature again, of course. Halloween. November. I try and choose a colour scheme, as you can tell. I feel like that just makes the page a lot more cohesive, and it also makes it more of a, like, somewhat a challenge to put together, but also it takes a lot of the choice out because I'm just looking for that colour to decorate with. Some of them have been like more rainbow, like this was more like a rainbow, but then this one was like really green. I actually really like it when I hone in on a particular colour. And December, Christmas themed, of course. I had this washi tape from Ali Edwards that I always have been using for Christmas stuff. And I also got a sticker from Travelers that I used. It's like a shiny gold. I don't know whether you can see that. TV shows that I'm watching. And then I also added like lots of photos through this like waterfall. So you can flip through, because we had so many photos like over Christmas. It almost just doesn't even fit here. So I added it in here, and then I also added some more pictures, and that it was 42 degrees here, which is really hot. I believe it was the hottest place in the world on Christmas Day in our state, Western Australia. So that brings us to January 2026. So I thought I would put together a spread. I've printed out all the photos. So what I do is I go through my phone and my camera images that I've taken, and I just take the best photos and I bring it into Photoshop, or you can bring it into Canva if you have Canva that's more accessible. And I just resize them down to quite small. Smaller than you think that you need, that's for sure. And then some of them I'm got to still trim that one. And then for this year, so for the previous years, I added the month with this font here with the plates behind it. You can see that one obviously a lot more clearly. But this year I thought I've printed these. I thought I would just go black and white. I may like color these in at some point with like a marker. You can do that. But I thought I would go with that. Just going to cut this out for January. Now this one has been printed on a clear vinyl paper. So yeah, I basically create one A4 page. It's not completely full when I print it, but it is mostly full of the photos. And then I print some other headings, which I've printed here, on also the clear sticker paper. So I figured, I'll show you how it all comes together, but sorry, I've been testing some pens on this as well. So yeah, so what I firstly do is I cut out all of my photos, I cut out my heading, and I've also just chosen sometimes I like lay out the pictures and I see if there's like a color that's predominant or that is in some of the photos. And what I saw was a little bit of purple in the Wicked, and then also in this sunset picture. We were at the park. So and then there's like a rainbow here also. So what I've done is I've chosen these. I've got a little bit left of this Pipsticks tape, and then these are just, I don't know, this is an empty standard. So I thought I would choose more of a purpley theme for this month. So I just sort of put that out. I also choose some pens that go with the theme as well. So I've chosen a couple of purples, a pink and a gold. This is the Pentel Hybrid. Are they Pentel? I think they are Pentel. It doesn't say that there, but it is a Pentel, I'm pretty sure. I got them at the same time of these Matte Hop pens, which I actually kind of like, but they can be a bit blobby. So, but anyway, I sometimes use the gold one to just do some decorations on the page, and I think that might be nice. It's like January, a new year. It's all fun and happy most of the time. Now, so I had a few things. Now, I also loosely try and think about the time it happens in the month. So I try and put the things that happen at the start of the month up here and the things that happen at the end of the month. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It's okay. Generally speaking, everything, as long as everything gets on the page that you want. And then I also just try and group together the photos. Now, I try and put the photos that, so some of them I have some photos for that have like a theme. Like I've been doing some like Friday night dinners with my sister and her family. And they all belong together, these 4 photos. So I'll put them together. And then I have like sometimes I actually like to put them in the middle there to go across the page. And then I also usually have a section of just random things that have happened throughout the month, like random moments. And I call that around here. It's kind of a bit Ali Edwards, I feel like. These are my other headings of things that have happened. So, yeah, let this go together. And then these ones are just like random things that have happened, moments that have happened throughout the month. Now, I don't know whether they should go a little bit further down. Like that, and then I just sort of group them wherever I can. Maybe that can go up there. I drew this character, this bunny character. So I've been doing this bunny character in a few different illustrations, and I don't know where it's going to go, but I am having fun. So I wanted to put that down. I don't know whether to put that up there like this, and then this one over here. Okay, so I think I'm set on my background, my placement of my photos. Now, usually I actually decorate the back with some like papers, some spare papers, but I thought this month I would use washi tape. So I'm going to see, this is like the first time I've really done this. So I'm going to see how it pans out. I just go with the things that I'm most certain with first. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put this down. That is really big, that is not. I think that I've probably positioned everything where I want them to go. I don't know about the bunny, whether I put the bunny down here or because I would like to say something like Happy New Year up here because this is a new year in this book. But I think I'm happy with this layout, and then now I stick this down and then I put on some decorations and stickers, writing, that sort of thing. But I think this is like all of the little things that have happened, and then this is like just this is like my miscellaneous, all the little bits we did. And sometimes I just write some little notes and little things in there reminding me what happened or what this was about. So yeah, now I'm going to stick them down. I'll pop on some more music for you while I go ahead and do that. Okay, next thing I want to do is just look through and maybe add some stickers, or something that might jazz things up. Okay, so this is my latest sticker book. It's a traveler's one. I'm trying to add in here, like, these were ones that I was going to carry around with my weekly log. So a lot of them are the smaller stickers in here, but that actually suits this because sometimes I need a smaller sticker. Sometimes not, but most of the time. I love these Hours flowers, and I actually use them to, like, I think I did one on the previous, no, maybe the one before. Here, it's such a beautiful way to fill up a space. Okay, so I was going to look for something food related for Friday night dinners or something like that. Okay, so I found this like little, I think I'm going to use this down here. And it says life is a collection of moments. I really kind of like that because like right next to all of this, because this part is really like just a collection of moments that we had. Okay, what else? This part is really slow, but it's the part that gives me the most pleasure, to be honest. So it's okay to take your time and select and choose and savor this moment of enjoying being creative and being a child again, sticking stickers down. Okay, so I've actually found like there's some bottles here. I love that there's a purple one in there. Sometimes these small stickers get sort of like I might add the bread as well. I should be using my tweezers. I always forget to use my tweezers, but it is so much easier. Good. I want to have something party themed. I just don't know whether I have something party themed. I do probably have something in my Pipsticks. So I had a Pipsticks subscription for a really long time. And I stopped it. And I moved all of my excess stickers into this. So this is just my Pipsticks collection, really. It'd be nice if I had some balloons or something, but I don't think I do. Bubbles. It's too big. Now I think I might go with these animals wearing party hats because his theme was like animals and they all had party hats on actually. So that's actually a perfect sticker. And I'll add the yay too. This is another birthday, but I think I might stamp this on here. I do have a purple, but I have a feeling it's going to be too light. I'm actually going to go with a green because I think the green would tie in a little bit here. Yeah. Okay, so I did this Happy New Year, but I'm not really happy with it. I really don't like it actually. So I'm going to figure out how to cover it up. I've printed these two Happy New Year things. I think I like this one better because it's like a bit more like hello 2026. I don't know. It looks a bit more clearer that it's like a Happy New Year instead of just 2026. So I'm going to see how this looks. I know that I'm going to have to white out a little bit because that doesn't really go. If I was... Okay, let's have a look. Now, I need my... my trusty cream whiteout tape. I hate doing this, but sometimes I'd rather it than keeping what I have. Especially because I like the date. I just didn't like this green star. It just looks really messy and not very like clear. If I was to white all this out. I just don't want to waste my tape if I don't need to. I'm gonna have to like add a sticker or something. To that corner. But okay, I like that so much better, and then I can do something there. Oh my gosh, that just feels so much better now that that's gone. It was bothering me, guys. Okay, I think the colors work as well with the pinks, the purples, the greens. I wasn't anticipating having green in there, but it just sort of happened with this tape. So that's that. I printed another bunny too. I do have my other one, but this is slightly smaller. And then maybe that can go in there. And then what's going to go here then? I always like using flowers when all else fails. But to me, that just looks so much cleaner. Like, I'm a person that really does like clean lines. I would love to be a lot more free, and I am trying to be. I'm trying to like loosen up and like sketch and, you know, do my own lettering and things like that, but and be okay with like things looking imperfect. But sometimes when I do it, I'm just like, no. And I just can't stand it. So, you know, we all have our own tastes and our own expectations of ourselves that we have to sort of learn to live with. So, or change. But yeah, okay. Well, I think I might keep going then and keep filling things in, and I'm going to work out what to do with this corner. Okay, so now is the time. So I've just done this much so far. Now's the time I've done like most of the writing, and now I just need to fill in these blank spots, which always, I'm not sure what to do. Like previously I've just sort of like done lines in here. Like I like how this turned out, where I just sort of do lines with some gold on it. That really filled up the space. Sometimes I think of a small little tidbit of something that we did that I haven't already captured, and I add it in. And so I may go back and find something for here. I think this is a good spot to do one. So I might just draw a little square. I usually like just doing some dots, which sort of section this part off. So at this point I go back through my daily journal and I sort of see what I can find for January of something else that we did. Okay. So I have just added a couple final touches to the spread. I think that this is actually pretty much finished. I may go in and like add some, sometimes I add some dots and things like that to just fill out some of the spaces, or some like stars. See, I might just add in some stars just to like fill out the page just a little bit. And then that's finished, you guys. I had so much fun putting this together and using some of my stickers up. I really am happy to keep going with this. I've just ordered some tabs actually, so I'm going to put a tab for each year, so it's a little bit more clear where we're at. I mean, it does say 2026, but I'm going to put 2020, the year, on the tabs, so it's a little bit more obvious. But I think I'm really happy with it. It always turns out a little differently to how you have in your head, but and of course there's always mistakes. We all make mistakes, and I had actually just wrote in my other joy journal that mistakes always have the potential to lead to something better. So I go with that mindset that it's okay to if something turns out not exactly what I had in mind, because it has the potential to turn out better. So keep an open mind, and you never know where it might lead. You can always fix things. It's just paper. We can go over it. So I don't try and dwell on it too much. But that's it. Thanks for joining me for this video. I'll be back next month to do February, and I hope you get to do a monthly page just like this, and I'm sure that it's something that you would love to look back on.